The human voice is something every single one of us uses every day, and yet very few people truly understand its power. Think about it. Your voice can start a fight or end one. It can break someone or build them up. It can create distance or create connection. In fact, your voice might be the most powerful instrument you will ever have. But here's the problem that a lot of people feel like when they speak, nobody listens. Have you ever felt that? You're talking, explaining something, like maybe even something important, and people are distracted, checking their phone, or just not engaged. So the question is, why does that happen? And more importantly, how do you speak in a way that people actually listen? Let's start with what not to do. There are certain habits, very common habits, that destroy the power of your speech. I call them the 7 deadly habits of speaking. First, gossip, talking about people who aren't in the room. It might feel harmless to even entertaining, but it creates one thing instantly: lack of trust. Because if someone hears you talk badly about others, they automatically think, soon he'll talk about me the same way. And once trust is gone, people stop listening. Second, judging. We all know someone like this. No matter what you say, they evaluate you, criticize you, analyze you. And when you feel judged, you don't open up, you don't listen, you just want the conversation to end. Third, negativity. Constant negativity is exhausting. Some people always find the bad side of everything. No matter what happens, there's always a complaint. And after a while, like, your brain just says, I don't want to hear this anymore. Fourth, complaining. Complaining is like spreading a virus. It doesn't solve problems. It just transfers frustration from one person to another, and nobody enjoys being around that energy. Fifth, excuses, blaming others, avoiding responsibility. We've all seen it, maybe we've all done it, but here's the truth. People respect accountability. When you don't take responsibility, your words lose weight. Sixth, exaggeration. When everything is amazing, incredible, the best ever, your words lose meaning, and over time, exaggeration turns into something worse. People stop believing you. Seventh, treating opinions like facts. This one is everywhere today. People present their beliefs as absolute truth. And when that happens, conversations stop being conversations. They become one-sided lectures. And nobody wants to listen to that. So those are the habits to avoid. But what should we do instead? There are 4 powerful principles that can completely transform the way you speak. Together, they form the word Hail H, honesty. Say what is true. Be clear. Be direct. People can feel when someone is fake, and they respect someone who is real. A, authenticity. Be yourself. Don't try to sound like someone else. Don't copy personalities. The strongest voice you have is your natural one. I, integrity. Do what you say. If your words don't match your actions, people will stop trusting both. L, love, not romantic love, but wanting the best for others, because when your intention is positive, your message lands differently. You can say the same words, but with a different intention, and it completely changes how people receive them. Now, here's something important. It's not just what you say, it's how you say it. Your voice is like a toolbox, and most people never open it. First tool, where your voice comes from. If you speak from your nose, it sounds weak. If you speak from your throat, it sounds normal. But when you speak from your chest, like, your voice has depth, like power, authority. Second, tone, how your voice feels. Warm voices and calm voices, like confident voices, people naturally listen to them. And the good news, this is something you can improve with practice. Third, variation, prosody. If your voice is flat and monotone, people switch off. But when your voice moves up and down, fast and slow, it creates emotion, and emotion keeps attention. Fourth, pace. Speaking fast creates excitement. Speaking slowly creates impact. And knowing when to switch between both, like, that's powerful communication. Fifth, silence. Most people are afraid of silence. They fill every gap with the noise, but silence creates attention. It makes people lean in. Sixth, pitch and volume. Changing your pitch changes meaning. Changing your volume changes focus. Speak louder to energize. Speak softer to pull people closer. And finally, if something is important, prepare for it. Your voice is like a muscle. It performs better when it's ready. Now let's zoom out for a second. We live in a world where people talk a lot, but don't listen. There's noise everywhere, distraction everywhere. So imagine this. What if we spoke with intention, shiketimo, and listened with focus? What if every word we use was chosen carefully? What if communication actually connected people again? That would be a completely different world, a better world. And it starts with something simple: the way you speak.